Ooh, it is a little bit toasty right now at 100 degrees, holy moly. But that's not gonna stop me from getting my workout in. Was able to complete barbell bench 185 5x5, which is actually 5 more reps and 1 more rep per set than last week. Last week I did 185 5x4, so I'm definitely getting stronger. I can feel myself getting stronger, and today just felt a little bit easier as well. So I'm excited to move up the weight next week. Next week I'll be moving up the weight by 10 pounds on each side, so 205 for 5 sets, and then I'm gonna start at 3 reps per set and then see how I feel from there. And today was a good workout. Not only a good workout, but also a good run. I'm gonna throw my run map up here, splits up here. And it was a short run today just because I'm gonna be taking it a little bit easy as far as my mileage up until Saturday, because on Sunday, I'm running a marathon with my buddy Logan. Logan asked me to run a marathon with him just for fun. So he knows I'm down. I'm always down to run, especially since he's a good buddy of mine, lives right there, and we're gonna go run a marathon just for fun. And guess why he's running the marathon? It was after he listened to David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me. Literally life-changing book, my favorite audiobook. I've listened to it already 4 times, and I'll probably listen to it again a few more times. And to all my small YouTubers out there, does it ever happen to where you publish a video and then you think about it afterwards of what you could have said, what you should have said, what you should have elaborated on? For me, I feel like this happens all the time. Specifically in yesterday's video, I could have said this, I could have said that, I should have elaborated on this, and I got a few follow-up questions that I wanted to answer today and just do a little bit of a riff so that I can go more into depth. And one of the questions that I got asked was creatine timing. As far as creatine timing for me personally, I recommend that if you are to take creatine, just take it every single day around the same time. You can take it before your workout, you can take it after your workout. For me, personally, I like to take it before my workout, and creatine is one of those supplements to where you need it in your body constantly to reap the benefits. And on the packaging, it's likely that it's going to say that you should load when you first start. But for me personally, I don't like to load. When I'm first starting creatine, I usually don't cycle off of it, but just in case that I do cycle off and then I'm coming back on, I don't load. And I'll just take it every single day, and then by like a week's time or 10 days time, it'll be coursing through my veins. And then I got a question on what I think about collagen protein. As far as collagen protein, I know pretty much nothing about it, though for me personally, I stick with what's tried and true. Typically when I'm looking for a protein powder, the only thing that I'm really looking for is if I can ingest it so that I can get more protein. Like, there's probably a ton of benefits from a collagen perspective, but I mean, the reason I'm buying the protein powder is not for the collagen benefits, but it's more for the ingesting of protein. And that just gets into like these new supplements, these trendy supplements. Typically, I stay away from those new and trendy supplements just because, one, they really don't have as much research as the tried and true. You know whey protein works. You know creatine monohydrate works. So, like, you don't need like another form of creatine, the 10s and 20s and I don't know, even 100s form of different types of creatine. Like, creatine monohydrate works, so why do I need something else? Like, it works. And the same thing goes with my protein powder as well. I don't need anything brand new. I know that whey protein works. I also got a few questions on what I think about pre-workout and BCAAs. As far as pre-workout and BCAAs, they are both a luxury supplement. It's not something that you need. It's something that it's nice to have, but you shouldn't rely on it either. As far as pre-workout, I take pre-workout from time to time. I don't take it every single day, but when I want a little bit of a kick, when I am dragging butt just a little bit, it's nice to have a pre-workout. And then also with that, BCAAs, the way I like to think about it is I think that it's similar to Gatorade. How much will Gatorade help you perform better? I mean, yeah, I guess it might, but for me, I don't think the value, like, because the supplements can tend to rack up as far as cost. Like, Gatorade's gonna help, but I mean, to what extent? And that's what I think about BCAAs. Like, I don't really need it. It's nice to have if you have extra money to spend, or let's say you're LeBron James or like a professional athlete and you need that 0.01% or 1% edge. Like, okay, like you might need some BCAAs and that might help you, but for the regular person, save your money, just get out there and move, and that's what you need. You don't need all these supplements. And also, one last thing in regards to supplements, and then I'll leave it at that, and I won't do a supplement video for a while. When I buy my supplements, my protein powders, my pre-workout, I tend to stay away from proprietary blends. Proprietary blends meaning that you don't know the amount mixed into whatever that supplement or that powder is. So when you're looking at the back of a label of a pre-workout or a protein powder, they should list how much of each item there is. So let's take, for example, pre-workout. For me, when I'm looking at a pre-workout, it should say X amount of beta-alanine, X amount of niacin, X amount of caffeine. It should list a lot of those things, and if it doesn't, it'll usually say blah, blah, blah mix, right? Like a lot of even pre-workouts will have like an energy blend mix, and that's okay because usually the energy blend mix is just like the caffeine and then whatever else, but it should list all the other items. You'll run into trouble when it's all a mix and it just says pre-workout mix, and then it'll be like blah, 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 and you're like, well, how much beta-alanine is in it? How much niacin is it? You don't know, because coming from a physiological benefit standpoint, there are ingredients in the pre-workout that are beneficial to you. So, for example, you need a certain amount of beta-alanine. I think it's 3.2 grams. You need that in order to get the physiological benefits. If you don't get that much, or you get like half of it, or like let's say 1 gram, it's not going to benefit you because you're not getting enough. And then also when you're looking at a pre-workout especially, you need to know what's in your pre-workout and what it does to you. For example, niacin, what does niacin do? It gives you that red flush feeling, that itching in your ears, and it makes you feel that you're getting like this awesome workout in, and this pre-workout's really working, but in actuality, that is the byproduct of niacin. And I will say this, niacin and beta-alanine have that same thing of where it makes you feel flush and it makes you feel like all tingly, but beta-alanine actually has physiological benefits to where it enhances the muscle, and it's actually like helping you like muscle-wise and lifting-wise, whereas niacin, it's just like I feel itchy, and sometimes, you know, when you're taking a pre-workout, that's what some people look for, that's what some people like. I personally like that, though like some people don't. So you just have to be careful of what ingredients are actually in your pre-workout. All right, last thing for reals. I know I said the last thing was the last thing, but this is the last thing for this video, and it is protein powder. So going back to yesterday's video, there are benefits of drinking a protein shake right after you work out. Yes, there are, but for the vast majority of people, we are not professional athletes, we are not professional bodybuilders, so do we need protein like right away? Is it really essential? In my opinion, not really. I think for me personally, as long as you get your protein intake in a 24-hour time period within the day, you will be fine. Again, for most people, if you're a professional athlete, if you are LeBron James, or if you're a professional fighter, then yes, right after you need to get that 0.01% edge or that 1% edge. But for the vast majority of us, it can wait. You can wait an hour to go home, shower, cook your food, and then eat it then. And again, I prefer to eat real food instead of protein shakes, but if I need more protein in that day, protein shakes are great because one, they tend to be a little bit lower in calories, so it's like 120 calories and then you get 25 grams of protein. So it's like low calorie plus a lot of protein, so easier to get that protein in. Also, I like to treat my protein shakes as regular food. So just like that piece of chicken when I was eating meat and not a vegetarian, just like that piece of tofu, it's just like food. That's why it's a weird like concept for me, or I really started to think and treated protein powders it's just like regular food. So there it is. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed that video. Again, this is all my personal opinion. I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional. So please consult your nutritionist. Please consult your doctor. This is just what I think, what I believe. And since you all asked me these questions, I want to give you my response. So if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to watch a couple of my other videos, there's a video here. There's a video here, and there's also another subscribe button over here somewhere. See you tomorrow.